Hello everyone, I'm Michaela Kathleen, and I thought it was about time for another quotes video. And for this one, I wanted to do book dedications. I really love reading books cover to cover, the about the author, the acknowledgments, the dedication, everything. I love books that have special features at the end, like interviews with the author and stuff. And I really love a good dedication. I really like to see and kind of recognize all of the people who have put effort into putting together a story that I love. So, jumping right into some of my favorite dedications. The first one on this list is actually a somewhat famous dedication. I feel like dedications often get kind of ignored, but this one is fairly popular and I do see it like floating around Pinterest sometimes and things. And that dedication is the dedication in the final Harry Potter book, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows by J.K. Rowling. And I think part of why that one stands out is because of the interesting back and forth type that kind of almost could look lightning bolty, and the fact that the dedication was split 7 ways to reflect the 7 books, 7 Horcruxes, etc. And then also the end of the dedication. So the dedication itself reads, "The dedication of this book is split 7 ways. To Neil, to Jessica, to David, to Kenzie, to Di, to Anne, and to you, if you have stuck with Harry until the very end." And I think that part is the part that connected with fans because it just was kind of, emotional to read like until the very end and know that the end of this huge story in our lives was coming to an end. So moving on to dedications that probably aren't as well known. One of my very favorite dedications comes from The Last Book in the Universe by Rodman Philbrick. And the final sentence of that dedication reads, "And to everyone who keeps on reading." The Last Book in the Universe is a dystopian society where no one reads anymore, so kind of a cute dedication to give. Next, I have 2 dedications from The Inheritance Cycle by Christopher Paolini. The first is from Eragon, and it reads, "This book is dedicated to my mom for showing me the magic in the world, to my dad for revealing the man behind the curtain, and also to my sister Angela for helping me when I'm blue," which the blue is, of course, a little wink to the fact that Saphira, the dragon in these stories, is blue. And also fun to read as a fan that his sister is the namesake for one of the characters in the book. And then from Eldest, I have, "As always, this book is for my family, and also to my incredible fans. You made this adventure possible." And I will try to not butcher the ancient language here from the book series. "Si honor sitja havas." No idea if I pronounced that right, but it is the ancient language for "may your swords stay sharp," which is kind of just fun to have a little bit of the language that's in the series in the dedication for the fans. Next, I have the dedication from Inkheart by Cornelia Funk. "For Anna, who even put The Lord of the Rings aside for a while to read this book. Could anyone ask more of a daughter? And for Eleanor, who lent me her name, although I didn't use it for an elf queen." Again, kind of fun to see a character's namesake thanked in the dedication, and a funny aside about not using it for a super likable character. And then of course the little Lord of the Rings shout out is fun too. Next, I have a handful of dedications from Scott Westerfeld. I typically always really like his dedications. A lot of them are directed towards the fans. So the first is from Specials, and it reads, "To all the fans who've written to me about this series, thanks for telling me what was right, what was wrong, and what made you throw the book across the room. You know who you are." And yeah, I think all fans can probably relate to this dedication. And then the next one is from Extras, and it reads, "To everyone who wrote to reveal to me the secret definition of the word trilogy." And this one's just really funny because the Uglies series was originally meant to be a trilogy, but then he ended up deciding to write this 4th book called Extras, and so just kind of a funny dedication. And then the final one from Scott Westerfeld is from Afterworlds. And this is a book about a main character who is an author. So the dedication is, "To all you wordsmiths, you scribblers, you rhymos in your vast numbers, for making writing a part of your reading." Next, I have the dedication from Peter and the Starcatchers, which this is a Peter Pan kind of retelling, although not retelling the original story. It's actually kind of meant to be a prequel, shows the characters and how they came to be the characters that we know and love. And this book was written by 2 authors. So the dedication reads, "We thank whoever invented email, because without it, we don't know how a guy in St. Louis could write a book with a guy in Miami. And above all, we thank Paige Pearson for asking her daddy one night after her bedtime story exactly how a flying boy met a certain pirate." So yeah, this is just kind of a really funny, cute dedication all around. And then my final dedication comes from Fairy Dust and the Quest for the Egg by Gail Carson Levine, which is a Disney Fairies book, which is a series that focuses on the fairies from Peter Pan, including Tinkerbell, of course. And so the dedication reads, "To James M. Barrie, and to my first boyfriend, Peter Pan," which is just a really adorable dedication, and don't we all know that feeling of our first boyfriend being fictional? So yeah, these were some of my favorite book dedications. Let me know down below if you know any other funny or cute dedications. Thanks for watching. Remember, words matter.